Okay, with tree diagrams, the goal of today was to go ahead and look at different ways we could come up with how many outcomes there actually are. So with a tree diagram, this is a physical way of modeling the fundamental counting principle. As the title says there, tree diagrams, I'm going to be drawing a tree diagram of each way that I can do a particular event or two events or three events at the same time. So my first option here is the question comes up, if you flip one quarter two times, how many different outcomes are there? So I'm going to take a look and write down flip one. Since there's two events, there's the first flip, and then there is the second flip, or flip number two. If I flip a quarter, I have a chance of getting a heads or getting a tails. That coin I'm going to pick up, and now I'm going to flip it again. This time when I flip it, I can get either a heads or a tails in flip number two on both of those. Doesn't matter what happened in flip one, these are independent of one another, it's just a different quarter that we flip. And then I can count the total number of outcomes by writing down my possibilities. I could flip heads, heads. I could flip heads, then tails. I could flip tails first, and then heads. Or I could flip tails first, and then tails. So I have a total of 4 possible outcomes. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 possibilities of flipping a quarter 2 times. You might not have needed a tree diagram to figure that out. You could have counted it up, or you could have used the fundamental counting principle, which says if you're doing 2 events, how many ways are there to do the first event? Well, that's flipping the first quarter, which is 2, times flipping the second quarter, which is 2, which gives you an answer of 4. But I'm modeling how to show you how to do a tree diagram. So if you can't do the possibilities of what's on the quarter in your head, then you can go ahead and draw it out and get the same answer. My next question is asking about purchasing a vehicle. I want to find how many ways you could buy a Honda or a Mazda with an automatic or manual transmission that is 2-door, 4-door, or a hatchback. So I have, first is type of car. Second is going to be transmission. And my third possibility is going to be body style. That's the 2-door, the 4-door, the hatchback. With type of car, I have 2 choices. I could either purchase a Honda or I could purchase a Mazda. With the transmission, I have a couple choices as well. I could purchase a automatic, or I could purchase a manual. I could purchase an automatic, or I could purchase a manual. And then the body style to go along with the manual, or to go along with the transmission, is I could choose a 2-door, a 4-door, or a hatchback. I could choose a 2-door, a 4-door, or a hatchback, a 2-door, a 4-door, or a hatchback, 2-door, 4-door, or a hatchback. I'm not going to go ahead and rewrite all these things, but you could see if we trace down the tree, if I started with a Honda, I could buy an automatic, and then I could buy a 2-door. I could buy a Honda, an automatic, a 4, a Honda, automatic, hatchback, That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different ways to purchase these vehicles. If we go back through, if I do a Honda or Mazda, that's 2 ways. Automatic or manual, that's 2 ways. And then 2-door, 4-door, or hatchback, that is 3 ways. 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 3, 12. Either way you do it, by drawing a tree diagram or by writing it out. With a tree diagram, we get the same answer.